Hey everybody, it's Natasha from Mystic Wisdom and Treasures. We are back today for a brand new pick a card reading. Whether you are new or returning to my channel, hello and welcome. For today's reading, we are going to be actually using Pokemon cards as well. We are going to be doing some more Pokemon-centric readings with this one. And the question we are asking our spirit guides and guardian angels today is, who is peeping in on my social media? Who is keeping tabs on your social media, and why? For today's groups of cards, we have 3 piles. If you prefer to choose the group or groups that you are most drawn to with crystals, I will place them on here shortly. But if you find that more distracting and you prefer it without the crystals, we can do this first. So for today, we have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. If you like to pick the piles that you feel the most drawn to based on crystals as well, today for group number 1, we have the Amazonite crystal. For group number 2, we have the Amethyst crystal. And for group number 3, we have the clear quartz crystal. If you would like to, you can take a moment to pause the video and really ground and meditate on the cards until you feel pulled to one or more piles. Go with your gut instinct, and remember before we begin that because this is a general reading, I can get multiple messages that pertain to certain individuals. So remember to take what resonates with you and leave behind what does not. And without further ado, let's get started. Hello, pile number 1. For those of you who chose the Amazonite crystal, welcome to your reading. Let's find out from your spirit guides and guardian angels who is keeping tabs on your social media and why. So for the who today, we are going to be using the Pokemon cards to figure out some traits or some information pertaining to who this individual may be. So for your cards today, we have Psyduck. We have Ralts. We have Carbink. We have Meditite. And Dugong. Regarding some traits about this person or information coming through about this person, the first thing that's really coming to me with both the Meditite and the Carbink card here is that this might be somebody who doesn't like to necessarily vocally express how they're feeling all the time. But I'm also getting with the Dugong card that this is somebody who is actually feels a lot more deeply than they let on. So there's a lot more going through their mind than they let you on to believe. And I feel that with both the Psyduck, Ralts, and Dugong, because this is water energy. This is associated with emotions, and Psyduck can also be affiliated with water too. But I'm feeling like this person usually keeps this more to themselves, and this could be, so again, take what resonates with you and leave behind what does not, because this can be male or female, whatever they identify with. But for someone watching this, I am feeling like this could be somebody more masculine. And kind of, yeah, there feels like there might be somewhat of a block with their throat chakra. Throat chakra deals with expressing oneself, expressing your truth. And I feel like maybe there was something that they wanted to say to you that they never really felt like they were capable of saying. And it's like they have this guard up. So they might be somebody who comes off as more guarded. and they go within more than they express. I really do feel that, especially with the combination of water Pokemon and also this Meta-type. I do feel like this is somebody who tries not to let their emotions show, but they really have a lot on their mind. And this could be a quality about them or something that you have had a situation with to see this, or a trait about them. With the Psyduck and Ralts card, the way that Psyduck is holding its head, and its skill here is headache, and it's holding its head like it has a headache. And also the Ralts is kind of in the dark in the shadows. There's a sense of worry here. So this might be somebody who has a lot of worries, but again, I keep getting the sense that they don't always like to let this show, or they don't want you to see this. So maybe it's even not necessarily a trait for some of you, and some of the others of you it is. I do feel like a lot of you that is a trait of this person. But I do feel as if, like, maybe it's that they don't want you to see this. They don't want you to see that they're worrying about something. They don't want you to see these negative thoughts, or they're worried about looking up on you. Like, they're wanting to keep this more secretive. So this person probably has more of a poker face, or at least with you regarding this. So they don't want it to seem like they're actually looking at your social media, and they probably haven't told anybody this. It's just something that they kind of secretly do. And yeah, it's kind of like they're looking at your social media from the shadows. And for some of you, I am feeling like this could be, like, this doesn't have to resonate with all of you, but I do feel like this could be like an ex-partner, an ex, honestly, from your past that maybe hasn't completely gotten over you. Yeah, and I do feel like maybe there was some anger expressed here at some point, and maybe that's why they've kind of closed down. Or maybe it's more so actually that they have this guard up, and it seems like they might have some more anger towards you, but it's more so the hurt of if there was an ending, or not being able to express everything they had inside, or not knowing how to properly say things to you about how they're feeling. And instead of wanting to, well, maybe it's not even necessarily that they don't want to express this to you. Maybe it's that they don't know how to, and anger is kind of like that filter. And this shouldn't be an excuse for them or anything. This is just what Spirit is telling me about them. So I do feel like their emotions run really deep. I feel like maybe there was some hurt, and maybe like so it's either that they're being critical on themselves over what happened, or not being able to say what they really wanted to, or I'm getting that it might be that they have this defensive wall, and it seems like they kind of express this more in anger than knowing how to properly communicate this with you. So they may be guarded to you, or have this poker face up to you, but they're looking at your social media because they might have not got over a situation that happened with you. So that's kind of why I feel like this was probably having to do with a breakup, or somebody like an ex from your past. It's like they wanted more with you, but they just didn't know how to properly express themselves, and maybe I feel like maybe they still don't know how to. So instead, they just keep it all in, and they'll just peep on your social media instead from the shadows. Alright, let's see more information regarding the why. Okay, so before we get into this, I just had another message pop up about some of the traits this person may have. This might be somebody who seems really solid and strong on the outside. This is somebody who might kind of have like that strong silent vibe about them, how they come off to people, or maybe even they come off as really calm on the surface, or even calm, maybe guarded. But yeah, like they are somebody that might, for some of you, this might actually be somebody who keeps this calm exterior when things happen, Like, if their emotions get to them, they don't want to let it show. So that's where some of this guarded and this guarded energy might stem from. But they have a lot of emotions that run deep. And I feel like, yeah, this is somebody who has emotions that run really deep, and they try to have this sense of self-mastery about them to the point where they might not allow themselves to express what they're really feeling, or they're like, it's almost like they're trying to deny aspects of what they're feeling for you or the situation that happened, and they're trying to deny this. But they're still looking at your social media, so obviously there's something there that they're feeling, or maybe there's something unresolved. And I feel like this is unresolved because of themselves, because they didn't let themselves express everything. They didn't give themselves that room to do that, because it's like they're trying to be so self-disciplined. They try to be so self-disciplined. They tried to cut you out, but it's like there's part of them that still has a lot of inner turmoil going on. Yes, this is somebody who might be very calm seeming on the outside, try to come off as some like that strong, silent kind of person. Maybe not necessarily silent, but like that sort of calm zen air about them. But there's way more going on beneath the surface than they let people show, and that's just how they carry themselves. Yeah, they might even deal with some anger underneath all of that also. I do feel that. Or maybe it's unresolved within them, and it might be directed at themselves too. And maybe they don't realize that, maybe they do, but I actually do feel like they probably do realize that, and they have this inner critic about that. And yeah, they're critical on themselves. And that kind of leads to the self-discipline about them. Okay, let's jump into the why. So for someone watching this, I'm getting like with the Ace of Cups here and the Knight of Pentacles, this feels like there was a new start. And also the Death card here, this would be endings and new beginnings with these combination of cards. So I feel like a situation has caused you and this person to go your separate ways, probably, most likely, especially with the Five of Cups. So this really does make me feel like it might have been a painful situation. But I feel like they're looking at your social media. I'm getting the sense looking at this because there was more that they wanted to say to you. There was more like unfinished business between you, at least on their end. And it's like now they're beating themselves up internally over this, and I feel like there's emotions and hurt that run deeper than this than they let anybody see. Again, this is somebody who probably has a big poker face, but they're actually deep down really maybe even regretting this, or regretting what happened and thinking about what they could have done differently. Yeah, especially with the Hanged Man. So this is somebody that's almost like in limbo, and it's like they're trying to see things in a different way, or they're trying not to think about this, but it's something that's really going through their mind. And so, yes, the self-discipline really ties in here with the Temperance card as well. So they're trying their best to not let this show, but it's like it's on their mind and makes them more anxious, and they can't help but look at your social media. When we look at this card, you see how she has one eye open as well. I thought that was really interesting. So it's like they're trying to keep this balanced exterior to you, but deep down it's like there's more than what they're putting on the surface, and it's almost like that's kind of the surface is starting to crack in a way, and they can't just hide it forever, but they're gonna try to keep doing it. And I feel like maybe this isn't going to be healthy or work in that way, in the way that they're trying, because it's like they're denying a part of themselves, they're denying their feelings about something. So again, this could be an ex. I really do feel for a lot of you this is an ex. For others of you, it could just be someone in your life that you had an ending, that you went your separate ways with, somebody that you had an emotional bond with. But I feel like there might be even more emotions on their end that are unexpressed. Yeah, with the Three of Wands, it's like they're trying to, it's almost like they try to push you away or thoughts of you away, but they're still having troubles getting over what happened. So it could be a relationship, a friendship, but it's like a breakup almost. And it's like they're trying to keep you out of the mind. They're trying to move on, but there's a part of them that just can't because they haven't dealt with this inner wound. They haven't dealt with how they feel about what happened. They haven't dealt with how they feel about you because they may be trying to push that away instead of deal with it head on and admit that. Yeah, with the Nine of Pentacles, it's like she's burying herself in this book, trying to distract herself, but eventually it's gonna come back and can't be ignored. And they're trying their best. It's like maybe they, like, whatever way this happened, whether it was mutual, which it doesn't feel as mutual for many of you, but it feels like they're trying to block you out, so maybe they cut you out or you cut them out. One of the two. But it's like they can't help but look. It's like they're trying so hard to block you out, but they're having a big struggle with this, and maybe there's part of them that regrets this ending also. And I think some of that anger probably stems from this because it's like they can't get a grip on their own emotions, so it's coming out in more anger because they don't want to admit the hurt or that they still have feelings there. Outwardly, they're trying to act like it doesn't bother them or act like they're getting over it and going over you, but it's like an illusion. Like, that's just the illusion of this. They're not really over you or over what happened or the ending. It's like they're protecting themselves. And because they still have this inner feeling that they haven't fully dealt with, if they snoop on your social media and they kind of hide that. But it's like they can't help it. And it's like maybe they actually feel like a mess deep down, but they're trying their best not to let that show. I find this really interesting too, with the Meditate card and the Temperance. The way that she's holding her hands together, and the Meditate is is like in this meditation pose. I found this really interesting. So this is somebody who tries to really can put a lot of control on themselves. Yeah, like this is somebody I feel like that tries to really control how they feel, control their mind. Somebody who tries to exercise a lot of self-discipline. And it's like they are going through the emotions of this, but they're trying to move forward. But it's like there's part of, like, the thoughts have the intention of moving forward, but the emotions don't. Alright, that's all I have for you, pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this reading, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Hello, pile number 2. For those of you who chose the Amethyst crystal, welcome to your reading. Let's find out from your spirit guides and guardian angels who is looking at your social media and why. So for today, we are going to start with the who, and we're going to be asking Spirit for some insight regarding who they may be, some information regarding who they are, maybe some characteristics about them, and we are going to be using Pokemon cards for that. So let's get started. We have Charmander, Mew, Looker. That's interesting. Looker with this theme of reading. Togepi. And Cyndaquil. Alright, let's find out who is looking you up on social media and why. So, as far as traits about this person, like maybe some personality traits I'm getting for some of you watching this, this is somebody who seems more like kind of a daydreamer. When I'm looking at the combination of these cards, we have Cyndaquil in the position that it is in, and also the Charmander. It's like, it almost reminds me of like a candle, the way it's looking at its tail and finding the brightness within itself, and also the way that Mew is looking off in the distance. There's also this sense of kind of like a childlike nature, especially with this Togepi card. Like this, maybe somebody who has more of a bubbly personality. Somebody who comes off as really inspired, inspirational. Somebody who might have a joyful streak about their personality. Somebody more cheerful. Somebody who is more on the artistic side, I'm getting. Somebody who is led by a lot of curiosity with the looker card. Yeah, this is somebody who's very curious and who has a very curious personality. This is somebody who has this childlike nature about them. This is somebody who has like this daydreamy kind of personality, and they might even be a bit introverted. So this is somebody that's a daydreamer, somebody who might be somewhat of an introvert, but they have kind of like this cheerful nature about them, this like childlike charm to them. Yeah, this is somebody who I feel like likes to try new things, especially artistically. This is also somebody that might not always see the potential within themselves, even though they have a lot going on, or maybe they're just now discovering this. Something that I'm picking up, even though we haven't gotten to the tarot cards yet, but part of the reason why they may be looking at your social media with these cards, I'm feeling like they are curious about you and they may feel inspired by you. So I feel like there's somebody that looks at your social media because they get inspiration from you. I feel like maybe they look up to you, actually. This could be somebody that's actually younger than you. So it could be a member of your family that's younger than you, maybe a niece, nephew, something along those lines, or somebody that just sees you as an inspirational figure to them. It's like I feel like they might feel small in comparison to you. Like they're a daydreamer, but it's like they're not seeing their own potential as much. Like they're really adoring you. This does feel like a lot of adoration towards you. Definitely. They might be somebody that's so outwardly, if you know this person, like in person, they might come off more nervous, kind of like stuttering on their own tongue, because it's almost like they're so starstruck by you, and it's like there's a lot of, it feels kind of positive though so far, like positive feelings toward you, a lot of curiosity about you, looking at your social media, and it's kind of like, how can I be more like this person? Like this person really inspires me. Yeah, somebody more daydreamy, more introvert, somebody that might like to cozy up next to the fire, snuggle, that kind of feeling. Again, this could be somebody younger than you, like, or this could be somebody that's actually really interested in you. So take that how it resonates. So it could be somebody that really is inspired by you, wants to be like you, and they really admire you. Or this could be somebody that actually has a crush on you, and there's a lot of nervousness about this, and that's probably why they're looking at your social media. So again, take what resonates with you. Let's get into the why. So we have the Four of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Wands. We have the Hierophant, the Knight of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Swords, and the Emperor. So again, because this is a general reading, this is going to split off in different directions depending on different insights I get from Spirit, because this is going to have multiple meanings for different people. But the first thing I'm really seeing is, yeah, for some of you, person looking at your social media and the why about it, again, might be somebody that has a crush on you, but they don't know how to approach you. Like, this is on their mind a lot, and it makes them really nervous, but it also, you like, fill them up with butterflies, and it's like they really want to get your attention, but it's almost like they're too shy to, so they keep checking up on your social media. So I do feel like for some of you, this is someone that has a crush on you or is interested in you and having a relationship with you. Yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles, this feels like newness. This feels like, yeah, excitement with the Knight of Cups also. There's this sense of also looking at you from a distance, checking up on your social media, but it's like they daydream about you a lot, but they don't know how to approach you. Like, you might be more outgoing than this person is, and they admire that about you, but it's like they don't feel, they feel pretty shy, even though they have a lot of potential about them, and a lot of, like, magical qualities about them, and endearing qualities, but it's like they're afraid to approach you because it's like they get nervous around you, like, again, like they stutter around their words, so they're looking at your social media for some of you because they have a crush on you. They want to approach you, but they're too nervous, and that's kind of hindering that, or making what's taking them so long with it. And a little bit of this, I feel like there might be some sense of being discouraged about this sometimes, and beating themselves up because of the nervousness that they have around you with both of the Two of Swords and the Four of Swords. It's like they overthink this connection, and it's like there's so many things they want to say to you, but they won't act on it, and it's like they kind of tear themselves up inside because of this. They're always thinking about you. They're always overthinking about you. They're always daydreaming about you. They want, there's a lot of positivity here with both the Knight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, though. So this does feel like positive feelings about you. This is somebody that wants a future with you, possibly. Like, that's in their mind. That's part of in their mind. With both of the Emperor and the King of Wands. I feel like it's like long range planning. So if it's like, actually what I'm getting here is like maybe they're conducting a plan to how they want to approach you. Maybe they're looking up your social media, checking out your social media, peeping in on your social media because they're trying to learn more and understand more, and it's like they're kind of trying to prepare themselves, work themselves up to that point so that they can feel confident enough to approach you. Let's see what else. Yeah, so for others of you, for those who this isn't a crush or a romantic affiliation, for the others of you, there's somebody that actually feels very inspired by you with the Hierophant card. It's like they see you as somebody that's very wise, somebody very inspirational. Maybe you have like a good public standing online, and it's like they want to learn from you. So I feel like they're looking at your social media because they want to learn from you. Again, with this Ace of Pentacles energy, it's like they might feel like you're the teacher and they're the student in a way. So this person looks up to you because they feel like they might be starting out on this journey, and they see you as somebody who's walked farther into it, and they feel like they see a lot of greatness within you. And it's like they're trying, maybe sometimes they might be kind of mimicking you in a way because of this, but it's because they want to be like you. They feel like they can learn a lot from you. Yeah, there's a sense also that for some of you with this, and this is going to maybe be for half of you that resonate with this part of the reading, for the person that is inspired by you, I feel like maybe even a little part of it is they compare themselves a lot to you. So this person might be looking at your social media, because it's like they don't, especially with the Charmander card actually here, with both of these, with both of the Page of Wands and the Charmander, the way that I was describing before, it's like it's looking at its tail and it hasn't fully discovered its greatness, and it's just now starting to see the fire, and it's like, whoa. So maybe they haven't fully reached that point yet. Like maybe they don't see themselves in a high enough light, and when they look at you, they see you in that high light. They see you in the place that they want to be. They really look up to you, but they don't, it's like they feel less than you in a way. And sometimes the dark side of that is they might start comparing themselves to you. And it's like maybe that can lead to some of this Four of Swords energy as well. Because it's like they wish they could be like you. They wish they could be you. They wish they could maybe have as many followers as you. They wish that they could learn from you. And maybe there's a little bit of envy within this. This doesn't have to be for everybody, but for some of you, I do feel this energy here. Yeah, especially I got the sense to almost cry a little. I don't know what that was about. Maybe I'm tuning into this person. It's like they look at you, they see you as somebody really great, and then it's like that almost discourages them sometimes because they're not viewing themselves in a high enough light. So it's like they beat themselves up because they're not up to your level yet, or you know, everybody has their own paths. Everybody blooms at their own pace. Every flower blooms when it's right for them, and they all have their own beauty, but I feel like they're doing a lot of comparing against you, and it's like instead of seeing their own potential, their own beauty, their own spark, their own talents, and seeing themselves as unique, even though they're very unique, they're very endearing, but it's like they get discouraged and beat themselves up, and that's what leads to the Four of Swords energy here, where it's like they're kind of down on themselves. They get kind of sluggish and just kind of meh, feel like they're not good enough for their dreams sometimes. And yeah, like they don't have as much confidence in themselves. And this is going to split off into the other group as well, because this is what is coming through. But with this card, it's like maybe they feel like they're not good enough for you, or they don't have enough confidence to reach out to you. And hopping back to the other group of you with this reading of what I'm getting is that when I see the knives here for the Two of Swords, one is on the bullseye, so I feel like that's how they see you. It's like you land right on the bullseye. You have this example. You left your mark here, and they see you as somebody really big, and it's like they want to throw their knife there too and make a bullseye, but it's like they have the blindfold on. They can't see their own potential, and they feel kind of like the energy feels kind of discouraged about this. And it's like, oh, how can I even compete with this person? How can I compare to this person? This person is so great, and just look at me. And so, again, this is somebody that might want to learn from you and sees you as an inspiration, but they also have this, the shadow of that is they might be comparing themselves to you, and that's why they're looking at your social media. It's like they really look up to you, but they also feel less than you. But this, for others of you, this does feel like there is somebody that has a crush on you. So this is somebody who's either very inspired by you. This is somebody who might even want to follow in your footsteps if they are like that younger person. So this can actually be split up into 3 groups. Just take what resonates with you and leave out what does not. But yeah, this does feel like it's, for some of you, there is somebody that sees you as an inspiration, a role model. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Hierophant card here, it feels like this energy of teaching, this energy of learning from you. So someone might be looking at your social media because they're trying to learn from you, learn your ways. Yeah, like they're studying you because they want to be like you, because they really admire and look up to you. they're trying to step into this Emperor energy, but their journey feels kind of young. So this could be literal, or meaning like the path that they are on currently is more new to them. And it's like they see you as a source of inspiration. Yeah. And it's like they're trying to gain the confidence to walk this path, and they see your work or what you do on social media, and they get really inspired by you. So it's like you're almost a guide for themselves. Yeah, that's what it feels like to me. Alright, that's all I have for you, pile number 2. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up, comment down below if this resonates, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this reading. See you next time. Hello, pile number 3. For those of you who chose the clear quartz crystal, welcome to your reading. Let's find out from your spirit guides and guardian angels who is checking you out on social media and why. To see who, we are going to first check the Pokemon cards, get some insights and information regarding either some traits, some connections between you and them, some ways to identify them, whatever comes through from spirit about who they are. So for your first card, we have the Great Ball. We have Rescue Stretcher. We have Vulpix, Alolan Vulpix. Alolan Sandshrew. And Pikachu. Right away, I am feeling like a trait that this person might possess. I'm feeling with both the Alolan Vulpix and the Alolan Sandshrew with this icy energy here. This feels like somebody that's probably a really hard worker. And for some reason, like with the hard work and also the rescue stretcher, this might be somebody who actually has a career or is interested in a career in the medical field. So maybe they're a nurse, maybe they're a medical assistant, maybe they're studying nursing, maybe they want to study that, or just involved in the medical field somehow. I do feel like this is somebody who... yeah, this might be somebody who is quick to take the initiative, and this could really go hand in hand with the rescue stretcher here, and maybe that's validation for some of you about who this person is, if you know anybody like that. But it feels like this is the kind of person who goes headfirst into the crisis with both the Great Ball and the rescue stretcher. The way that the light, the energy in this card is with the light kind of popping out, it feels quick, and the rescue stretcher also feels urgent. So it's like maybe there's somebody who kind of takes on this hero or the savior persona. But I feel like this is somebody who, yeah, they actually, looking at this Alolan Vulpix, it's like they're diving headfirst into things. So this is somebody I feel like that is very attentive, who is quick with the Pikachu to dive into situations. This feels like, yeah, somebody again very attentive, somebody who maybe has somewhat of like this savior quality about them, where they want to be the first to help people. They might be somebody who's very helpful, who tries to be like this guiding light to others, who is a light to others. This is somebody that might try to act cheerful to everybody around them to keep up their spirits, or maybe that's where kind of this initiative comes from, is because they have this desire to make other people happy or feel cared for. They want to lift the energy of the room. They maybe come off as more upbeat, more energetic. Somebody who might be more compassionate for some of you. Yeah, this feels like somebody who likes to move fast. This is somebody who's very fast moving, very quick, very fast paced. This is somebody that dives headfirst into situations. Somebody feels probably more extroverted, actually, for a good majority of you. This is somebody that also pays a lot of attention to you, I am feeling. And maybe that, like, all of these qualities are traits that they try to, come off to you. So this couldn't be a friend. I'm getting like for some of you this is a friend. For others of you, I am feeling like maybe this is a parent. Particularly maybe a mother or a more maternal figure. Somebody more feminine for the most part, and whether they're male or female, that might possess more masculine traits, or feminine traits. This feels like somebody that likes to come to the rescue, and I feel like they like to come to your rescue. So if they see that you're going through something, I feel like this person is going to be the first to jump in and help you. Or maybe there's even somewhat of a distance between you and them, and they want to help you. They worry about you. It's like they want to take care of the situation that you're in, but it's like maybe you put your foot down to them, like maybe you told them, for someone watching this, maybe you told them to back off a little because you want to be the one to take care of things in your life. And it's like they have like that savior mentality about them, where it's like it's for a good reason. Like they're coming from a good intention. They mean well, but it's like maybe they jump in too much, and sometimes it makes you feel a little overbearing. Like they always want to come to your rescue, but it's like they're trying so hard to resist this urge, because I feel like maybe again you vocalize that they need to stop that a bit. Like they're worrying too much. They need to let you handle the situation. Maybe that's why they're looking at your social media, because they want to jump in, they want to protect you, they want to help you, they want to be there. But yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this. So let's see actually if there's anything else that comes up about traits about them. I will let you know as it pops up, but for now let's check out the tarot cards and see some of the why. All right, so for your tarot cards we have the World, the Knight of Wands, the Star, have the Five of Wands, the Five of Swords. That's interesting. We have both fives right here. Gathered around this cauldron. People gathered around the cauldron. The Strength card. And the Seven of Pentacles. Regarding the why, I feel like either there's a situation that caused some distance between the two of you. Like, so there was maybe some maybe there was an argument that happened between you where they had to be more at a distance with you. Maybe you wanted distance. But I feel like part of the lesson for them regarding what the situation is, I feel like there was a situation. Maybe it's even that they see you going through something and you had to tell them to back off, once again with the Strength card. And the World card, the way that she's kind of letting the hat go off into the wind. I feel like they're learning to let go of some of the reins on an issue and let go. And not necessarily like, maybe not even necessarily like the connection with you, but the need to jump in and like rescue or save your situation or get too meddled into your situation. So it's like they're trying to keep a distance because they're letting you handle what you're going through, but they're still watching. They still care about you. This is a really maternal kind of feeling. So either this is somebody who, again, is really caring about you. They really, really do care about you. I do feel that. Like, this person loves and cares about you. This could be family. This could be a friend. This could be a partner. But, yeah, I feel like for a long time, maybe they were too invested in your issues, like wanting to handle them for you, or they see what they think is the best for you, and it's like because of this they give their opinion a lot, and maybe that kind of contradicts what you want for yourself, and you're like in a phase where you don't want to listen to anything negative about what you're in. Maybe they don't approve of certain friends or a relationship or something in your life, but just know that I'm feeling guided to tell you that they're giving you their opinions, not to necessarily, I feel, for many of you, being negative at you or try to bring you down. It's because they think they see what's best for you with the star here. And they really care about you, and it's like they're just trying to help you drive your own life, and like maybe that feels kind of overbearing and that stresses you out. So they're trying their best to keep a distance because they don't want that to like separate the relationship or the bond that you have with them. And they know, like, they're starting to learn, like, this does feel like a parent for someone watching this. I will be honest here, but it's like they're trying to let you kind of flow in the wind in a way without trying to guide you through it, even though they want to jump in and help you with the situation, or they have their own opinions for you. It's like maybe they try to dive in a lot, and this person watches your social media because of this, because they just really care about you. And maybe they try to control the situation too much, or whatever goes on about certain things, or what they think is right for you. But it's like right now they're learning to kind of separate from that. Not separate the relationship with you, but trying to drive your own life for you. And yeah, they're trying to let go of the control. They're trying to, it's like, take a step back because you need your space. Take a step back because even though they care about you, I feel like you have other intentions for yourself, and they're just worried about things happening to you. They just want the best for you, and that doesn't always align with what we want for ourselves. For some reason, I'm getting with the Five of Wands here. Spirit just said sisterly. So this might actually even be a sister for someone watching you. You might have a sister that's watching your social media. Or you might have a lot of sisters. But this does feel like it's likely some kind of family tie or a really close friend. It does feel feminine, but you just take it how it resonates with you. But for some of you, I feel like that is validation for you, that this is some type of feminine figure in your life, or someone that displays more of the feminine side of themselves. We both have masculine and feminine within us. Sometimes we lean one side more than the other, whether we are male or female or whatever we identify with. But this person feels more feminine in their nature to me. And that's kind of why I thought this might be a mother figure. Let me see what else I'm getting for you regarding the why. So what I'm feeling is that there's something that was going in your life, maybe that was a challenge for you, or you might be going through a challenging time with other people in your life. And there was kind of like this, I'm hearing, rift between getting involved in that. Like maybe they tried to step in and tell you about the situation, but it was too chaotic, so maybe you lashed out at them. And maybe it kind of hurt their feelings, but it was quick, but you were trying to get your point across because you didn't want, it's kind of like jumping into the chaos with somebody, or like, okay, let's say, Spirit's showing me almost like two dogs fighting in a way. Maybe it's like you're trying to break the dogs up, but then you get bit in the process, and I feel like maybe that's what happened to them, whether this was you or someone around you that was involved in the situation. But I'm getting that it's like you're already in the midst of the stressful situation, and then it's like they may have tried to get over involved in it, and that's what kind of led to this distance, looking at you from a distance. It's like they're still supporting you from a distance, though, with this situation. They still want what's best for you. They still see the potential within you, but they are trying to give you that room to grow that you wanted. Or they try to solve your problems for you, with the Five of Wands and with the Five of Swords. This feels like there was a problem that was hard to solve, maybe differing opinions. And with the Five of Swords, maybe there was some hurt here with it. This feels like there was a stressful situation. Maybe they were involved in it. Fives are also about change. When I see the number 5, whenever the number 5 comes up, this has to do with change. Generally, changes. So you might actually be going through a big change in your life, or maybe not speaking to them at the moment. But it's like they're still checking out your social media because it's like, again, this person feels like they do care about you a lot. It's just they need to exercise that boundary of letting you have the room to make your own decisions, and sometimes those things are going to differ than what we think are best for other people. But again, because we care about people, sometimes we think something is better for them. That's our own idea than what they choose for themselves. And yeah, that feels like why they're looking at your social media. They still, and I'm feeling like Spirit wants to say, like, you can still reach out to this person. Like, they'll be right there for you if you want them to be. But they're learning that lesson too, to let go of some of the control. And this doesn't feel like it's because they're a bad person, nothing like that. It's, I mean, we all care about people in our lives, and we all want the best for the people that we care about. So I'm feeling to tell you that's why where some of this stems from. And maybe you already know that, but they are learning that lesson. But that's why they're looking at your social media, is like they are not able to help maneuver you through this situation directly. So it's kind of like they're watching you from the outside. They're watching what you do from the outside, because it's like this protective feeling with the Strength card here too. They want to protect you, but it's like they have to watch from a distance. They have to look at what you're doing from a distance rather than get directly involved in it, because they are trying to give you that room to kind of solve this problem by yourself, or work out what's going on by yourself. They're trying to give you that room. They're trying to allow you that space to solve your own problems, to create the life that you want without them being too involved in getting you to that point. This is somebody that feels very nurturing with the 7 of Pentacles. Somebody that does, again, want the best for you. So it's like sometimes our idea of what's best for us is different than other people's, and sometimes people can become more pushy about that. And again, this feels like they're trying to watch you from a distance. It's like almost like they feel like something bad's gonna happen, or like they worry that something bad's gonna happen. Like they see this challenge in your life, and it's like they're worried about you. They want to protect you from it, but it's like they can't fight all the battles for you, or maybe they're trying to give you that room to do it yourself. And they're trying to really, really learn that, because they have an issue with stepping back. But now there's like they're really trying, but at any moment they are ready if you call them, kind of thing. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, and also it's like, whether, again, this is family or not, I do feel like for some of you this could be very well be a friend, or just somebody that really, really cares about you and loves you. Whatever this connection is, there's no doubt about that. And it feels like they see that you've been going through a hard time, especially. They see that you've been really down. They see that you've been really stressed. They see you've been going through some kind of pain. And they're looking at your social media because they care about you. They're peeping in on your social media because they want to, like, they're hoping for the best for you. They're hoping that your situation improves. They can't control it directly, so they're watching very closely how you're doing. How are you reacting to this change? They're trying to keep an eye on you to make sure that you are okay, that you are taken care of. They want you to know that they're always there for you. And that they love you. I do feel like there's a lot of love here. And that they do want to help you. They want to be your strength. But they know that you do need the room to handle it on your own, or they're learning that. Or they're trying to learn that. They want to, they're looking at your social media because they're very protective over you. And they care about you. They care about the changes that are going on in your life. Alright, that's all I have for you, pile number 3. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below if it resonates with you, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. I hope that you enjoyed this reading and that you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.